You've heard James say it a million times. Respect the Polygon. At Weather Call, we make the Polygon better. We call, text, or email you so you'll always know when you're in danger. No matter who you are, there's a Weather Call solution right for you. Check us out at weathercallservices.com.
This is the afternoon weather update. This is for Friday, May 31st. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather fairly calm today, but we'll have some rain at times over the weekend. We're getting many questions about weekend weather, so we'll try and answer that. Got a lot of new model data in the house, so let's take a look at things. This is where we stand now. This is the upper air look across the country. We have a trough that's moving off the upper Atlantic coast, trough over western Canada, diving down into the northwest United States, and kind of a decaying MCS off to the west. Here's the visible satellite view, and you can see that for the eastern side of the state, nothing but sunshine. Clouds a little thicker near the Mississippi state line, and underneath those clouds, a little light rain. That's the radar composite live a little early today at 2:09, showing some scattered light rain over parts of Hale, Greene, Sumter, Marengo counties in West Alabama, a larger area of rain back in Mississippi, and will gradually bring in an increased chance of showers tonight. And yes, it will rain at times over the weekend, but not raining all weekend long. We'll check the model data here in a second. Temperatures are a little below average, pretty close. The average high for the state is 86. We're mostly in the low and mid 80s over the northern half of the state. Upper 80s in South Alabama, 88 for Mobile and Dothan. Montgomery, 85. Birmingham, 83. Huntsville, 82. Very quiet day across the United States. That's the watch warning map. A chance of a few severe storms west of here through tonight. Got one risk over West Texas and the western high plains. Another risk over parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. And that's for activity that might be developing tonight. But again, no severe storms expected here tonight. Tomorrow, there's a risk from Texas across the Great Plains. And for Alabama, we have a kind of a low-end Level 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe storms for most of the state, extreme for the far eastern counties. And there could be a few stronger storms tomorrow, and the main threat coming from small hail, strong gusty winds. Don't expect any tornadoes. Just be aware of that. Then on day 3, which is Sunday, got a risk of severe storms from West Texas all the way up into parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. We'll check rain for the next 7 days. This is rain valid through Friday morning of next week. The average amounts for most of the state between 1 and 2 inches. But we do expect to trend toward drier air by Thursday and Friday of next week. But between now and Wednesday of next week, every day some risk of showers and storms. But remember, we're getting into summertime here, which means rain distribution very uneven. You might see 2 inches of rain. Down the street, they get barely enough rain to measure. And the hurricane season begins tomorrow. And you can see things are very calm across the Atlantic basin at this point. But beginning tomorrow, we'll be watching carefully right on through the end of the season at the end of November. So model fans, here we go, the GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 4. And there is a little shortwave involved here. There is some dynamic support, so it's a little more than the typical air mass storms tomorrow. So the day will be mostly cloudy, and we'll see some rain at times. And there's a pretty decent chance North Alabama could stay in the 70s all day because of clouds and rain. So let's go to the high-resolution HRRR. And I stress the radar will not look exactly like this. As good as these high-resolution convection-allowing models are, they don't handle summer convection that well. It's still a mystery to some degree, but again, there is some dynamic support involved here. So tomorrow morning, this is 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. as the day begins. And if this verifies, there's going to be a fairly large mass of rain through parts of north central South Alabama, Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, down toward Andalusia and Florala. But notice, it will not be raining everywhere at 6 o'clock in the morning. So what about tomorrow afternoon, you ask? Well, this is the latest HRRR output. This is valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And again, notice it's not raining everywhere. But we'll have showers and storms about. And again, the radar will not look exactly like that. But there's a lot of stuff going on. We got baseball tournaments, softball tournaments, outdoor weddings, family reunions, parties outdoors, and everybody wants to know about the timing. It's just beyond the science to give you an exact location and timing of rain for any one given spot. We're just not that good. Nobody is. Your app isn't. We're not. But just be aware that there's certainly the chance of several passing showers and storms tomorrow and tomorrow night. And where the storms do form, they could be strong. No tornado threat, but there might be a few storms with small hail and strong gusty winds. A lot of clouds around, highs upper 70s, but I do think the sun might peek out at times. So again, there'll be some good breaks in the rain, but just be aware from time to time it will rain. And pretty much the same thing on Sunday. Mix of sun and clouds with showers and storms around. And if you like the numbers game, the chance of any one spot getting wet both days now up in the 60 to 70% bracket. The high Sunday will most likely be in the low to mid 80s. Next week on Monday, evidence might be a little drier, but still a chance of at least scattered showers. And Tuesday, we'll mention scattered showers and storms for the northern two-thirds of the state, and the same thing on Wednesday. Gulf Coast, by the way, looks fairly quiet. And yes, they could see some rain this weekend, but the higher coverage of rain will likely be north of there. This is Thursday, and this is when we start to see evidence of dry air pushing in from the north. Lower dew points, dry air of Canadian origin, humidity values coming down. Any showers Thursday confined to the southern third of the state, most likely. And a week from today, this is Friday, June 7th, pretty good vortex over the Great Lakes, the northeast United States, and parts of eastern Canada. And if this is right, we would be in a dry air mass. So a week from today at this point looks rain-free, lows in the 60s, highs in the 80s. Let's keep going. Let's go out 10 days, Monday, June the 10th. Again, we've got that upper low that's over eastern Canada, parts of the northeast United States, and evidence any showers will be north of here. So there's some optimism that a pretty good chunk of that weekend, the weekend of the 8th and the 9th, could be mostly rain-free. We'll check rain for Birmingham coming off the GFS Ensemble. The mean up there about 2.5 inches between now and the 16th of June. And temperatures coming off the national blend of models. Notice the high tomorrow is dropped to 78. That's under the assumption the day will be cloudy with off and on rain. Then mid-80s on Sunday, mid to upper 80s for much of next week, which is very seasonal for June here. And let me peek over here real quick and see if I can pull up the new 8 to 14-day guidance. And it looks like it just arrived. So I'm going to drop it in the system here, and now I can show it to you. So here we go, literally hot off the presses. Look at the blue here. How about that? I know that everybody likes to focus on the red, but hey, we like the blue, especially in summertime. This is for June 8th through June 14th. Temperatures below average over much of the eastern half of the United States, including the northern half of Alabama, maybe a little above average near the Gulf Coast. And the main positive anomalies, temperatures well above average out there in the western third of the United States. All right, we got a book signing tomorrow. We're going to be in Selma, Dallas County. We're going to be in downtown Selma, historic downtown Selma, at Reflections Coffee Shop between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And we really look forward to this one. Of course, Dallas was hit so hard by a horrible tornado January of last year. And we'll have All You Can Do Is Pray, Weathering Life, our Benny and Chipper series, books for kids, all the cool weather shirts and hats and all that fun stuff from Crest Publishers. So if you want to come see us, please do so. Again, book signing, Selma, Water Avenue, Reflections Coffee Shop, 10 until 1. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a marvelous weekend, and God bless.